And the Delhi Health Minister had earlier said that COVID cases in Delhi might peak this week. So while the capital has seen a dip in coronavirus cases today compared to yesterday, the positivity rate in Delhi is at 30%. Quarantine and containment strategies of the government are being questioned by doctors.
Although there is no marking to announce it, this home is one of almost 25,000 containment zones in the national capital. 2 weeks ago, there were only 645 such containment zones. There has been a 37-fold increase.
But how exactly is this exercise helping? In the majority of cases, singular houses and flats are being declared as micro-containment zones. But as you can see at this house behind me, which is on the designated list, there is no signposting of this. And the people inside tell us that their quarantine is not being monitored by the authorities.
The Prime Minister said yesterday that the pandemic should now be managed through containment zones like this, almost ruling out lockdowns. Civil defense personnel are meant to physically monitor these zones for 24 hours to ensure that no one enters or exits. But they admit that they do not have the manpower to cover every zone.
बिल्डिंग के अंदर से कोई बाहर नहीं जा सकता, कोई अंदर नहीं आ सकता। पहले तो पूरी रोड सील करी जाती थी, अब सिर्फ बिल्डिंग का कंटेनमेंट बनाया जा रहा है। ये हमारे वॉलंटियर्स हैं, ये जैसे ये यहाँ पर रहते हैं, इनकी 3 शिफ्ट होती हैं। 90 के करीब अभी और हैं अपने कंटेनमेंट लगाने, लेकिन जितने वॉलंटियर्स अवेलेबल हो पाते हैं हम उतना करते हैं, अपना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लग पाएँ।
35-year-old Sujata Jha's home in South Delhi is on the Delhi government's list of containment zones. She says authorities called her almost every day during the isolation.
We received a call the very next day and they asked about our health condition in case we need any kind of medication. This was a process which went on for almost 10 days until they got to know that we are negative now and we are perfectly fine. So there I would say that the government is very supportive and they are actually caring for the citizens.
But Dr. Shweta, whose house is also on the list, says the containment was only on paper. Her family's COVID isolation was self-imposed and they were not monitored by the authorities.
We did not have anyone stopping us or asking us to isolate. No one coming and checking if you are stepping out or not. So maybe there are people who are still outside.
Experts are calling for a thorough review of the containment strategy.
The micro-containment zone strategy required a thorough review. The entire idea of micro-containment zones and contact tracing was that we wanted to prevent the community spread. If people are in the home isolation, then the purpose of spread is being partly solved. So I don't see any value in continuing with the micro-containment zone.
With Sachin Gupta, Meher Pandey for NDTV.